We are live, Naveen. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me, Ranjini.
Yeah. So, Naveen, finally we got together after so many, reschedules and unworkabilities. And thank you for finding out time a day before Diwali. Happy Diwali.
Thank you. Thank you. Wish you the same and super excited to engage in this conversation.
Yes, this is not new to you. And anyways, I'm a junior for you here. Anyway, I'm going to talk about more what Naveen has accomplished in his amazing enterprise that he has created. So before that, to all the listeners, I'm Ranjini Sanjay. I am a celebrity coach, and this is the Real Entrepreneur Show. And today, I am privileged to have a real entrepreneur on my show who had an idea and he has made it a reality. So welcome, Naveen. And quickly introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about your childhood, your education, family, where you are coming from, where you live, right now, where are you joining from? And tell us about that.
Sure. And once again, thank you for having me on your show. And I'll start with the basics. I come from a very humble background, and my hometown is Jangaon, which is a small town with about 50,000 population. At the time when I used to live there, it is about 80 kilometers from Hyderabad. And I did my schooling until +2 there. And I'm a first bench student, which means like I used to score secure second or third rank in the school. And ever since, there's no looking back. In fact, since both my parents are not educated, they actually offered us some quality education, and having realized the value of education, and that's why I was very keen on studies, and I wanted to make sure that I excel in everything that I do. It's been ingrained by looking at my father's discipline and the way he has ran our family and the way he used to work hard. And that's about my childhood. And I used to be a shy kid, and I used to be the shortest kid in the class. And people used to bully me a lot for being the shortest kid. However, I used to get an opportunity to slap my seniors because since I was a topper of the class, one of my Hindi teachers used to call me and ask me to punish my seniors. That is one way of how I used to take revenge on people that used to call me short kid or something like that. And I studied +2, and in fact, I studied in my own at my hometown itself. And probably one of the mistakes which I did, in case if I have studied elsewhere, I would have definitely been in IIT or somewhere. But no regrets as such, because life has its own rewards, and I have seen different path, and probably I would have not started the guiding voice, or I would have not ended up doing whatever I am doing today. So likewise, there is no regrets as such. And after that, I moved to Karimnagar again, which is a place about 110 kilometers from my hometown, and I studied my engineering there, and in computer science engineering. And I was in top 10, and I secured distinction. And after that, I worked for a small company for about 3 years, and then I joined the world's most admired company, which is General Electric, and which has actually shaped me as an individual, as a leader, where I did a lot of certifications like Lean Six Sigma Green Belt and Black Belt certification. And also GE has sponsored me both my masters in business administration from Symbiosis, and also masters in software system from BITS Pilani. And both were sponsored because I was one of the top contributors there, and I grew up the corporate ladder. I was promoted for about 8 times in the span of 11 years, and everybody thought I would retire at GE as a CEO of one of the business units. But I made my own plan. I don't want to be in my own comfort zone. And then I moved to another company called CDK Global, which is a small fish when compared to the ocean like GE. And everybody were surprised with the move I made. But that actually gave me confidence that I can survive anywhere in the world. And after spending about 2 years, 2 months, the team which I was part of was disbanded. And of course, that did not let me down, and it gave me more confidence. And I wanted to venture into Lean Six Sigma consulting space, because that same company has sponsored me for my Lean Six Sigma Master Black Belt certification from Indian Statistical Institute, Bangalore, which I never imagined. Likewise, I've been embracing every opportunity that came through, and I was driving myself with a lot of positive attitude, with tons of optimism, which made me what I am today. And then I wanted to get into my own consulting business of Lean Six Sigma with a target of I had a target of joining another company within 2 months. In case if that doesn't work out, I thought I would have ended up into Lean Six Sigma consulting space by now. But life has other plans, and I joined the parent company of CDK within the 2 months deadline. And there I spent about 1 year, 2 months, and it was a culture shock for me. Somehow values did not match, and then I moved to another company called Diebold Nixdorf, where I am currently working. That is my day job, and that company has company is really good, and I've been doing I have launched a lot of initiatives on my own, and company has never never ever given a thought in terms of, okay, never ever opposed to what I have been willing to do or wanting to do. So because I am a person who works in autonomy, right? So this is my professional career, and I'll pause here and I'll talk about my entrepreneurial journey in a while.
Awesome, awesome. I think this introduction would have inspired many of your fans and will be inspiring millions of people in future as they watch this conversation on a replay. And as I'm listening, I see that you are a massive action taker and a lot of power and fire. I would say it's fire that you have. And why the guiding books? What was
Why? Yeah, it has happened by an accident, to be honest. I used to be an avid podcast listener. Like I'm a kind of guy who never wastes even a single minute of my time. So pre-pandemic, whenever I used to commute to office, the only way to pass time was listening to podcasts. So I have listened to some probably hundreds of episodes of various podcasts, and but I never thought I would start my own. And during the pandemic wave one, where the entire world went online, and many coaches have evolved, right, started raising as a star, and I happened to stumble upon a course on podcasting, podcast mastery by Vijay Gautam, and somehow I accidentally joined that masterclass, and I was super impressed, and immediately I signed up for the full course, and ever since there is no looking back. I completed the entire course in just 3 days, and I rang up one of my colleagues from CDK Global. That guy did not attend the call, and later I rang up Sudhakar, who used to be my partner in the initial days. He attended the call, and he and I shared a lot of commonalities in terms of we used to visit a lot of B schools and engineering colleges in terms of delivering keynote sessions, lectures, and also I assist certain B schools in their academic selection process, performing group discussions, mock interviews, so on and so forth. And then I thought, in case if I were to continue the journey of mentoring people one college at a time, the time would not be sufficient. My lifetime, I might impact probably a few thousands, right? Whereas podcast, it might be a mighty medium wherein I can reach millions of people. Then I decided, and I launched The Guiding Voice. And originally it started as a weekly one episode show, but later on people from outside my network started approaching me, and then I initiated two episodes per week and segregated it into Transformation Tuesdays and Tech Thursdays kind of thing. And later on my network grew exponentially, like a chain reaction. It spread like a wildfire, and you'll not believe, at this moment I have 800 people waiting to be hosted on The Guiding Voice English globally. And due to public demand, I launched the Guiding Voice platform in Telugu last year, and this year I ventured into Hindi, and as we speak, TGV is being launched in other languages, which you will hear very shortly. In 2024, we'll be launching it in other languages. And last year, we have also launched our very first book, The Guiding Voice Inspiring Lives, Volume 1, which featured 22 of the 200 plus speakers whom I interviewed by that time. And as we speak, Volume 2 is in progress. Mostly it will be released in December this year, or else Jan 2023, because we are doing the final we are doing the final review in terms of refining that particular thing. And as we speak, like there are already plans for volume 3 and volume 4. And I'm going to disclose those details in future conversations. But I,
Wonderful.
if I look back, right, the way this has happened, for the kind of efforts that I am putting in, I am trying to embrace every opportunity that is coming, because I only believe something huge and massive is going to happen in my life, and that's why I'm choosing to do this one, right? And in fact, I need to thank the universe and all the resources, and especially volunteers. There are tons of volunteers who support me on my initiative. People come to me. One of my mentees, his name is Stephen Robin, whom I connected through push through this TopMate application sometime last year, and he's super impressed, and he's on a mission to help me find global speakers. And
Wow.
likewise, whoever interacts with me, they try to support or contribute to my mission in some way or the other. So that is, I would treat that as a biggest blessing in my life, because it is not that easy to find the love of strangers and find the love of people that interact just once or twice, right? So I feel truly blessed for everything that is happening in my life. And I'm a kind of guy who has this never give up attitude, right? I've already spent more than 6,000 hours of my time into this podcasting, and I've reached global top 3%. And by end of this year, I want to be in top 1%. Once I reach that global top 1%, there won't be any looking back in terms of monetization and the kind of sponsorship opportunities that I'm going to get. Right. So
Wonderful.
this is in a nutshell about what the guiding voice is all about and why I started. In simple, if I were to summarize, it is just to shape the careers and lives of millions across the globe. And I wanted to bring in the unsung heroes, and not just the celebrities, not just people that everybody knows, but I know everyone is eligible to be part of my show. In fact, I've hosted 11-year-old kid for my 375th milestone episode, and I hosted Padma Bhushan Award recipient Professor Jagdish Shet, who is 85-year-old. So, and I've covered topics like LGBTQ, infertility, and recently I covered something related to menstrual problem, menstrual hygiene, sex education. So this is growing leaps and bounds, and the kind of topics I'm covering personally, it is so satisfying for me, because I am enriching my knowledge and I'm becoming wiser day by day by interacting with people like you. And I need to acknowledge you have been part of the show as well. There is a lot to learn from everybody, because the way people look at the life versus what we look at life is completely different. And in fact, my perception about life has changed. My perception about success has changed. My perception about knowledge has changed. A lot of revelations have happened in the last 3.5 years. And I think I have a long way to go.
Yes, yes, definitely. Everybody has a story. I think that brings me to this show as a host, as a creator of my show, because, everyone is a hero in their story,
Yeah.
and it is worth sharing, worth, being heard globally, and having any platform for that matter, where you have an opportunity to share your voice is amazing. So tell me, as an entrepreneur, what are the things that you want to know? As a journey, you have shared a lot about the, as founder of TGV, what you have to, say to the aspiring entrepreneurs in your journey, and the kind of accomplishment that you have achieved. What would be your top 2, 3 advices to them?
Yeah. One thing is, first you need to define what success means to you. Don't get into a mode wherein earning a lot of money or earning fame is success. First, you need to do a deep retrospection. What success means to you, because for a person like me, I have not made so much of money through TGV. I have to be very honest here, but
Hmm.
I treat myself successful because I have created a brand from scratch. Now, people recognize me for TGV, and I don't have to rely on my day job to be identified as a person. And most importantly, the kind of impact that I'm creating in people's lives through these conversations, right? That gives me immense satisfaction. That is success to me. And rest all will follow. Money will come. We have to be very optimistic. Second thing is, if you believe in something, you don't have to validate with anybody else. Just go by your gut feel. Because if you don't believe in yourself, nobody will believe in your idea. First, we have to buy that idea, because initially when I started my podcasting journey, I got a lot of comments from people around me, my juniors from school, seniors from school. Everybody said, hey, you have to work on accent neutralization. I don't think you'll be a global podcaster. If that is the case, why would these many people come to me now? Of course, I listened to them and I worked on my accent neutralization. In fact, I've attended one of the courses by Vijay Vikram Singh, who is the host of Hindi Big Boss. Right, I have learned a lot from him. Of course, I've been demonstrating this continuous improvement. So, in a nutshell, if you have an idea and if you strongly believe, don't get validated by anybody else, but do it piece by piece. Don't try to boil the ocean. Make an attempt and see how it is being perceived or how it is being received, and make some improvements. Right. And third one is again related to continuous improvement. So I'm a person who believes in continuous improvement. Though I'm a Lean Six Sigma guy, as part of Lean Six Sigma, we say strive towards perfection. But perfection cannot be achieved in a single day. If you strive for perfection, you cannot launch your product or your service in short time. Launch it, refine it, improve, seek feedback, plan, do, check, act. Plan, do, check, act. That should be your mantra. And fourth advice is don't chase money. If you chase money, you'll go nowhere. That is not going to happen, because money will follow once you start adding value through your products or through your services to the community. Then everything will be recognized. So these are a couple of nuggets.
Wonderful, wonderful. This is gold that you shared, and I want to know, though I didn't ask this question, tell you this question I'm going to ask. Anyway, what is that you are, looking at the future of the guiding voice for you? Like, what are you seeing for 2024 or beyond? What is the future that you're creating with TGV?
By end of 2024, at least I should be in top 0.5% globally, and increase the monetization and increase the reach, and wherein I can reach some renowned leaders apart from the common people whom I interview. I want to reach to an extent wherein people imagine like bringing in Oprah Winfrey to the guiding voice, or bringing Ankur Warikoo to the guiding voice, or Ranveer Allahabadia, or whoever, right? So people should recognize me and come to my show and be part of this growing community, right? That is my vision. And apart from that, with regard to the presence, I want to increase my reach in India. So I would like to launch TGV in at least 2 to 3 more Indian languages, because that way I could contribute to the vernacular languages, so that we can preserve our cultural heritage as well, right? And simultaneously, most importantly, impact the careers and lives. If at all people can make a quick decision after listening to one of the episodes, and if at all it is enlightening them in one way or the other and helping them make a better decision, that's my biggest win. Rest all will follow.
Amazing. There's one place I think no, we are working on the same lines, or somewhere there's a value alignment. Is like, even I no, I'm looking at having my services being launched in Indian languages, because being a business coach, I teach people how you can make money online, and I think this is my future as as a business enterprise, that and you're doing it already, which is like I like it. I know this is where my heart is like, yes, more and more communities in India and are impacted, and they're contributed by what we are doing. And that is something I'm really, I really appreciate that you are able to achieve it. I'm yet there, yet to be there.
We'll get there.
But yeah, so tell me, like, as services, like, though you are already doing a lot with the brand TGV, what else you have as a product or a service launch for? Like, what, how else people can connect with you and get contributed?
Yeah. So whoever is interested to launch their own podcast, that will be my primary offering. Now that I have interviewed over 520 people from 70 plus countries and counting, I want to be the person who interviews people from at least 150 countries in the next 3 to 4 years, because nobody has ever achieved that feat. I'm going to do that. So you can directly learn from me how to start your own podcast. That is one thing. And in addition to that, if you want to be productive and make best use of time, you can connect with me. I'm going to coach you in terms of being energetic and productive throughout the day, and how to avoid all sorts of distractions, and how to be efficient in everything that you do professionally and personally. Right.
Yeah.
And in addition to that, if you need some career guidance, especially from the IT industry or something around the content creation, I would be happy to help you guys. And so these are a couple of services which I offer.
Awesome, awesome. Thanks so much for sharing. And let us know, like, on what social media are you most active, where people can find you, how they can connect. Tell us about that also.
My LinkedIn window is open the entire time I'm awake. Okay. So that is the primary source. And apart from that, I'm present on all social media platforms, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Right. And so for those of you who are interested to connect with me, please connect with, I would prefer connecting on LinkedIn or else Facebook also. And we can quickly get into a conversation. And you can search for me by my name, Naveen Samala, on Google. You'll find tons of pages. And that has happened in the last 3.5 years after I started podcasting. Right. So I'd be happy to connect to LinkedIn. And in addition to that, you can also visit my website, naveensamala.com, or you can visit the Guiding Voice website, which is www.theguidingvoice.net. And the Guiding Voice is available on all podcasting platforms, including Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Ghana.com, you name it, we are there, including YouTube. And the Guiding Voice English is present as the Guiding Voice, and Telugu one is present as TGV Telugu, Hindi as TGV Hindi.
Wonderful, wonderful. You already shared about the legacy that you will create through the Guiding Voice and the services that you're offering. And before we close this conversation, I want to know, like, all the people who are listening to you today, and being Diwali, an evening before Diwali, what you have to tell them as your message to the world.
My message is very simple. Just believe in your dreams, dream big and chase them. Because I've been dreaming big and I'm chasing them. So likewise, I wish everybody not to dream small, because I believe in a powerful quote which says, if something gets conceived in your mind, right, you can do it. So when I can do it, you can also do it. So dream big and chase them. That's it.
Wow, that's powerful. That's where every biggest thing humanity has achieved has started with just visualizing it. If you can see that in your mind, you can really create it. So that's so beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing, Naveen, and it was a pleasure to have you. I think I can keep on talking for another hour, but let's catch up on another conversation. And I'm wishing you a lot of success. I look forward to the amazing journey that you're already enjoying, and you continue to be spread like a fire, as I said, around the globe, and impact billions of people, and make that difference, create a legacy that you want to leave. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, and pleasure to be here, and looking forward for many more conversations in future. And for those whoever has tuned in, or whoever is going to watch the replay, thank you for spending time watching this. And if any thoughts resonate with me, or you can definitely contact me through LinkedIn, and I'm always open, and I'm usually very responsive. I don't let people hang in.
Thank you so much, being so generous and open about contributing to people, making life better every day for many people, and that's so beautiful. Take care. Good night. Take care. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.